If you are still using the phrase "I like it" to describe everything you enjoy, you are missing a massive opportunity to sound like a local. In the UK, "I like it" is perfectly correct, but it's also a bit, well, it's a bit basic, isn't it? It's also not very enthusiastic. If you say this to a local after trying their homemade cake, they won't be convinced you really liked it. They might even think you're just being polite because you can't think of anything better to say. Today, I'm giving you 10 authentic British alternatives that will immediately level up your vocabulary. I'll explain the cultural why behind them, and more importantly, I'll show you how to spot the subtext when a Brit uses them on you. Stick around for the last one to learn the new phrase that all the young people are saying. Are you ready? Let's jump in. Number 1, it's a bit of me. Let's start with a phrase that I am personally a huge fan of. This is a relatively modern phrase, but it has become huge across the UK in the last few years. You use it when you see something that fits your personal aesthetic or your cravings perfectly. For me, whenever I see a dessert or a pastry with pistachio, I will immediately say, "Oh, that is a bit of me." It's a way of saying this thing and my preferences are a perfect match. Imagine you're in a vintage shop and you spot a leather jacket that perfectly matches your style. You wouldn't just say you like it. You'd say, "That jacket is a bit of me." You can use this for anything, from a pair of trainers to a specific type of interior design. It's a very stylish way to express a preference, and it shows that you have a strong sense of your own taste. Number 2, right up my street. This one is similar to the one before, but it's a bit more of a classic idiom. While a bit of me is often about objects or clothes, we usually reserve right up my street for activities, hobbies, or suggestions. If Mark suggests going to a quiet pub with a log fire and board games, you might say, "That sounds right up my street." It means that the suggestion is exactly the kind of thing you enjoy doing with your spare time. It's a very common way to agree to a plan with a lot of enthusiasm. If you tell a Brit that a plan is right up your street, they'll know they've made a great suggestion and that you're genuinely on board. It's much more encouraging than a simple, "I like that idea." It tells the other person that they really understand your personality. Right up my street is also great for the office, particularly if someone assigns you a task that you feel really matches your capabilities. Number 3, my cup of tea. Moving on to one of the most reliable phrases in the language. You've probably heard people use this in the negative. For example, "It's not my cup of tea," to say they don't like something. But using it in the positive is a very British way to show you enjoy something. If you've just started watching a new detective show, you might tell a friend, "It's really my cup of tea." To a Brit, tea is the ultimate comfort. So, calling something your cup of tea means it makes you feel happy and satisfied. Number 4, I'm into. This is a simple phrase, but it's a huge upgrade from I like. We use it to describe a current interest or a new hobby that is taking up our time and energy. If you've just started learning how to cook, you might tell a friend, I'm into making my own pasta at the moment. It's also very common to add an intensifier like really to show just how much you mean it. For example, I'm really into playing paddle at the moment. If you use this, it sounds much more active and engaged than just saying you like something. It's the perfect way to start a conversation about your passions. I use this phrase all the time when I'm talking about new books I found or a podcast I can't stop listening to. Number 5, banging. Now, let's look at some dramatic slang. British people love to use a bit of exaggeration when we're excited, and this next word is a classic. Banging is a piece of British slang that you'll hear everywhere. We generally save it for 2 specific things: food and music. If you're eating a particularly good curry, you might just say, this is banging. It implies high energy and high flavor. It's a very modern way to show you're impressed. If you describe someone's cooking as banging, they will be absolutely thrilled because it's a very enthusiastic compliment. Just remember to save this one for informal situations. You probably wouldn't describe a business report as banging unless you have a very relaxed relationship with your colleagues. I'm just interrupting quickly to ask you a small favor. I'd love if you could take a minute to rate and follow the show, as it really helps me create more content like this for you. Now for the next one. Number 6, I don't mind that at all. Now, this one is a classic bit of British subtext, so listen closely because it's very easy to misread. On paper, if you say, I don't mind that, it sounds a bit indifferent, doesn't it? Like you're just okay with it, or you don't have a strong opinion either way. But the secret sauce here is adding at all to the end. In the UK, we use this as a massive understatement to show we actually really like something. That's what makes it sound authentic. For example, imagine you're at a bar and a friend suggests a new craft ale you've never tried. You take a sip, you pause, and you say, actually, I don't mind that at all. What you're really saying is, this is great. I'm actually quite impressed. It's a way of being positive without sounding too overexcited, which is the ultimate British social strategy, isn't it? You can use it for anything: a new song, a piece of clothing, or even a suggestion at work. For example, if a colleague shows you a new design for a website, you might say, I don't mind that layout at all. It's much cleaner. Number 7, I'm keen on. If you want to sound a bit more sincere, you should try using I'm keen on. We use this to describe things we are genuinely interested in or enthusiastic about. It's perfect for hobbies, but it's also the phrase we reach for when we're talking about people. For example, you might say, I'm keen on the idea of going for a hike this weekend. Or if you're talking about a new romantic interest, you might whisper to a friend, I'm actually quite keen on him. It sounds a bit more considered than I like him. It shows that you've actually thought about it and you're genuinely impressed. It's a very safe, very common phrase that works in almost any context, from the office to a dating app. Number 8, can't get enough of. Sometimes liking something isn't enough to describe the feeling. Sometimes you are so impressed that you want to experience it over and over again. This one sounds a bit confusing, but it's really quite simple. I can't get enough of means you love something so much that you want more of it immediately. If you've just discovered a brilliant new bakery, you might tell everyone, I can't get enough of their sourdough bread. It's a very common way to describe a new obsession or a habit that makes you happy. It suggests that the thing has become a necessary part of your life. If a Brit tells you they can't get enough of a restaurant, a playlist, or a new hobby, you know it's a serious recommendation. It's a very warm and encouraging thing to hear. It's the ultimate way to show that something has truly made a massive impact on your daily routine. Number 9, obsessed. This is a very modern and slightly more dramatic way to show you like something. We use it for things we've just discovered and can't stop thinking about. Maybe you've just started a new skincare routine and you find yourself telling everyone, I am obsessed with this. It's a bit of an exaggeration, of course, but in British English, we love using high-stake words for small things. If you start using obsessed to describe your favorite new TV show or a brand of coffee, you will instantly sound like a modern Brit. It's a great way to signal to others that they should try the thing you are talking about. When a Brit says they are obsessed, they are giving you a very strong recommendation. Number 10, I'm living for this. Finally, we have the most dramatic and modern phrase on the list. You'll hear this one a lot on social media, but it's crossed over into everyday conversation too. It's not just that you enjoy something, it's that the thing in question is giving you energy and making you feel fully alive in that moment. If Ben steps outside after weeks of grey British skies and the sun is finally out, he might throw his arms out and say, I am living for this weather. It's spontaneous, it's dramatic, and it's just fun. Well, there you have it. 10 authentic ways to stop saying I like it and start sounding like a real Brit. Let me know in the comments which one is your new favourite. Don't forget to subscribe to my free newsletter. The link is in the description. And if you have a moment, I'd really appreciate you taking the time to follow and rate the show. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.